Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, Managing Partner with Levinson and Associates. With me today, we have Andrew Paris, our brokerage manager here in the Coral Springs home office, and then we have Laura Morrison, who is the Senior VP with Sagicor Life. So we have some great new stuff to talk about, including bonus, which everybody loves to hear about, some new technology. We're going to talk about some new additions, changes to the scholarship program. We added some new colleges, so that's another great plus. And, you know, really the whole point of today's presentation, okay, first of all, Laura is very high up with Sagicor, very well respected in the industry, and it's a pleasure just to have her join us. So you're going to hear some great knowledge, information from Laura Morrison, and of course, Andrew joining us as well. So sit back, relax, take out a pen and paper and jot down any notes, questions, comments. You know, we want to hear from you, okay? And good, bad, indifferent, whatever the case is, we create these weekly webinars for you. So if we're not doing a great job, you're not going to listen, and we all lose out. So we want this to be a win-win, so please feel free to share. Question box, bottom right corner. We will answer those questions as soon as we get to them. So literally probably be in real time today because Andrew's at the controls, and then we will visit questions or call you back or email you back after the webinar as well. So we're here for you, as you know. This is our first webinar after the Annual Expo, which was last Friday, and Laura was one of our main presentations and presenters. So she shared some great stuff there. If you saw her speak live, I think you can agree with me that she's an outstanding presenter, and she's going to do the same on today's webinar. And again, the reason why I wanted to bring up Sagicor, the value add platform with scholarship and the great technology, is because I think it's important, okay, you're joining us, you're taking time out of your busy schedule today on a Thursday afternoon, and I want you, the goal is that you walk away with some information that you can use to get yourself out there and market and get some new prospects and some new policies sold because of this webinar. So that's our goal, and if you have some great takeaways, then again, it's a win-win for everyone. Okay, so let's dive right in here. I'm going to talk about what's new at Levinson, and then we're going to introduce Laura in about 5 minutes. We have a few slides we're going to cover, and then she will jump right in for the feature presentation. You know, and I also want to mention before I forget, Sagicor is one of our core carriers here at Levinson. Yes, we have over 65 insurance companies all over the country, but Sagicor is one of the core carriers. And the reason why, A minus rated, which is a big plus, B, their technology fits into our model perfectly, okay, with e-application, e-policy delivery, same-day underwriting decisions. Their products are very competitive, from term to GUL to IUL to single premium, whole life, and in the annuity space. And all of their products come with our scholarship program, 1 free year of scholarship to anyone's children or grandchildren that you sell a policy to. That's simple. So lots and lots of buzz. There's a great story if you want to start to market after we hang up today. There's a great story to tell of these life insurance products and annuities combined with scholarship. It makes for a great hook and a value add that they can only get from you. So great stuff to come. What's new here at Levinson? Our Sell While You Sleep platform, we had the soft launch on Friday. The hard launch is going to be about June 1st, about 3 weeks away, 2 to 3 weeks away roughly. And that's the first ever Amazon type of insurance platform that your consumer, your prospect, can go on, purchase themselves a policy from A to Z. You still get paid full commissions plus renewals. We have 3 carriers and over 10 products to choose from. And listen to me when I say this, this is a first in our industry, okay? So we have literally competitors already reaching out to us that are getting word, that are saying, hey, we want to market this to our agents, and, you know, what do we need to jump on board? So you have a huge head start. You're going to see all of our marketing wrapped around this concept. We made the cover of Insurance Newsnet magazine June 1st. You will see that roll out. Me and Gary Vaynerchuk are on the cover talking about, you know, marketing on social media, marketing online, driving traffic, and then, of course, this awesome platform. So very excited about this. We have 2 new podcasts that I just recorded for the Bill Levinson Experience. One is the founder of iPipeline. So he has some great stuff to talk about. Number 2 is our keynote speaker, Joe Ross. These are both done already, and they will be launched within the next week to 2 weeks. So check out the Bill Levinson Experience. Our new enhanced term and UL quote engine that Sagicor is a part of, you'll see in a couple minutes here. We have a new 15% bonus on Sagicor's IUL and GUL. We're going to share some more information on that, but that's huge. That's 15% and no gray area with that. So that's a big plus. We have a brand new IUL sales platform that we are rolling out. That's literally software. We're doing an annual IUL master's class in South Florida. We have great IUL consumer books you can co-brand and give out. We have, of course, our scholarship program that comes with our IUL. We have a prospecting tool with Agency Automator, all built around IUL and young professionals. So great, great, great stuff to come. You'll see that announced in the next couple weeks as well. So I couldn't be any more excited about all of this that we have going on. We have 2 new webinars coming up, one just on social media. We talked about this at our expo. We had some great feedback, and most of our agents said, Bill, this is great, but I don't even know how to set up my LinkedIn account. So we're going to dive into everything on this new webinar that's coming up on the 6th. If you want to write that down, June 6th, we're rolling out that webinar. And then you'll see in the next week or 2, we have another webinar that's just going to recap the expo. So if you didn't make Friday's expo, don't worry. We're going to go over everything on the webinar next week. Andrew will tell you more in just a few more minutes. Okay, what we did to make things simple, we have a spreadsheet. You can literally just click on the attachment and you can save or print any of these pieces on the right-hand side. We have the scholarship brochure. If you want to see what colleges, we now have over 400 colleges in the program. We have a list on the right-hand side. The 15% bonus, you want to dive in a little deeper, click on that. And then if you get contracted with Sagicor, as soon as you write your first app, we send you free leads. We have that coupon incentive, again, in the bottom right corner. Click on any of those now, or we're going to send a thank you email when we're done, and we'll include all of this information in that email. Okay, Andrew's going to dive into some of our latest, greatest technology spreadsheets to help simplify your world. Andrew?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. Guys, I want to go over our non-med carrier section of the website. So many of you already have access to carrylevinson.com. So you'll go there, you'll go to the products tab, and you'll see a section for simplified issue non-med. We created this matrix here so you could see every single carrier, what their age limits are, what their face amount limits are, what if they have E-App or not. And this will show you we have carriers that are going up to $3 million of non-medical coverage. I mean, that's crazy, and that shows you where the market's going. Now, I want to highlight Sagicor here. You'll see them at the bottom here, $1 million, ages 18 to 65. They are by far the fastest to issue on this list. It's not even a competition. So if you are looking to get cases placed quickly, get paid quickly, have customers happier quicker, and get that scholarship in their hand, I mean, the Accelewriting program from Sagicor is a no-brainer. So if you go to this website, you'll see the matrix. If you go down below the matrix, you'll also get all of our brochures and handouts. So you don't have to go to each carrier website and look for all of this material. It's already there for you on our website. We try to make your life as easy as possible. Next up here, I'm going to go over a quick screenshot of our new quoting tools. We have the new iPipeline iSolve platform through the Levinson website. We are actually the only IMO currently that has this capability where you're going to be able to run IULs, GULs, full pays, short pays. You could see here I have a screenshot that shows you a quick example of a 250,000 10-pay scenario. You could see the cash values, the maturities, the target premium, and under actions here, you're going to be able to convert that to an illustration or populate into an e-app. I mean, this has never been done before, to be able to take complex illustrations and simplify them through a quote engine. So this is really great stuff here that you'll be able to do all of the above, you know, term, simplified issue, GUL, all the products that we have specifically through Sagicor as well with that 2-minute decision. So definitely get on our website, check this out, and start using the iSolve platform. Next slide here, I want to specifically show you Sagicor's Streamlined E-App process, and it's so easy because you can do it on our website through that iSolve that I just showed you. So if I run a sample 45-year-old male 10-year term for $250,000, Sagicor is the #1 rate here among many of companies you've already recognized, Transamerica, Surety, John Hancock. I mean, these are big-time companies that Sagicor is able to compete with here. So for $38 a month, the customer says, yep, let's go ahead. We click the apply button, start the e-application process will come up, and then you'll see a screenshot here below that will give you a checklist of everything you need to fill out. And as soon as you do that, you collect the e-signature, everything's done instantly, and you're going to get a decision in as little as 2 minutes. I mean, it's that easy. You can go on our website right now, and before the end of the webinar, a policy could be issued. I mean, if you really wanted to test that and you had a client that wanted to talk to you right now, I mean, it's incredible. So I wanted to show you this because it's very powerful, and it's available through carrylevinson.com.
Also,
so I'm going to go ahead and, yeah.
Andrew, look at the top carrier there that's coming out the least expensive, top left corner.
Yep, absolutely. Sagicor it is, right?
There you
and
go.
they're playing with the big boys here in Transamerica, A+ rated company, a Surety, you know, also has non-medical. You know, these are carriers that, let's face it, you know, your customers are going to say, well, is this really my best choice? Well, you could have confidence in knowing that Sagicor is not the lowest rate on the board. They're actually going to be top 5. You know, top 10 for sure, you know, so definitely position that to your clients as a really viable option, not just for speed, but for convenience. I'm going to get it back to Bill, and we're going to go ahead and get Laura introduced. Bill?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they're in that class, they're showing up #1. And the way I look at it, as far as technology and underwriting, and they have this new bonus, and just their regular commission level is outstanding. So in my opinion, that's a go-to, first choice. Okay, and by the way, I'm not just saying that, Laura, because you're on the phone. That's how we think and how we operate, and that's why you were one of the main presenters at the expo as well. So I believe in that truly. All right, so our scholarship program, again, if you look at the first carrier on the sheet there, Sagicor. And the reason why is their products fit perfectly into this platform, okay? They're permanent products with cash accumulation, term, very competitive, single premium, whole life, annuity world, awesome. So, and the way I look at this, you know, you can say, oh, Bill, you know, the scholarship program, it sounds great, but I can't get my arms around it, or I don't think there's much value there, okay? Well, think about this for a second. Think about if me and Andrew were both life insurance agents, right? And we're both talking to the same client, okay? Could be whatever, about final expense, maybe a retirement product or term insurance, whatever the case is. We're both talking about the same exact product, okay? Very similar companies. And Andrew, let's say, has a great personality and he's funny, and they like Andrew a lot more than they like me. Okay, and our products are neck and neck, okay? Everything's pretty much the same, but Bill Levinson is offering this 1-year scholarship to their grandson, little Johnny, who's 4 years old, okay? 1 year, $40,000 value for free, okay? So the point here, as much as they like Andrew and they want to work with Andrew and they're not so crazy about me, I'm giving them the value add for little Johnny, who they love so much, and they know Johnny's going to college, okay? And why would they not want this scholarship, this value add? Even, let's say Johnny winds up going to Florida State University and he doesn't attend one of our schools in the program, okay? It's okay because they can give the scholarship to any other blood relative or unborn child. So the point is, there's so much value add there. The customer, the end consumer, is going to buy from Bill, even if they like Andrew better, because of the value add. So you should be talking about the same thing, and it literally takes seconds to enroll your client once they purchased a policy from Sagicor, okay? Or obviously any of the other carriers below in that sheet. But the point is there's so much value add. We even have these pins made up. We have agents wear these pins into supermarkets, to their kids' soccer or basketball games, and it says, ask me about free scholarships, okay? That simple. It opens doors, and there's no charge for you. There's no commission reduction. It's really a win-win, no-brainer. We pay for this, folks, okay? So take advantage of it. It's sitting on a shelf for you. We have all of these marketing resources we put together. We can co-brand some of this stuff. We even have a training series all based around college planning and funding called Professor 101. It's all free for you. There's no reason to not take advantage. We have videos and webinars. That's the founder, Dr. Jim Johnston, in the top right-hand corner. He's a Wharton grad. This has been going on since the 80s. This isn't something that was new. It was started with Wells Fargo and Sage, and we were the first ones to bring it into the independent brokerage space, and we're the only ones to have all of those carriers that we just listed a minute ago. So run with this stuff. I can't encourage it enough, especially for door openers. You know, children's UL or whole life policies. This is huge. For a few bucks a month, you get this one-year scholarship. In my opinion, okay, I'm telling you this, and I swear to God, we have friends and family of our employees here that come to us and say, hey, we don't even care about the life insurance. We just want little Johnny enrolled in the scholarship program. And then they wind up buying a product because they have to buy a product to get the scholarship fund. So it's a great, great value add. Take advantage. I can't stress it enough. Okay, to get started, we do have a training video you have to watch because you have to know how the program works. In fact, what we'll do, if we can go to the next slide, Andrew, we will email this out to everybody on the call. So you can literally just click, watch, and fill out. We have a little email me form. It takes minutes, folks, okay? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so just click on free college scholarship program where the star is, follow the arrow, and everything is in front of you. It says enroll now. Click there, and you are in. Okay, let's move forward here. We are just about done. Yep. Okay, so Laura is up next. And again, everybody knows how I feel about her and her company. And I must say she's the kind of person inside and out that Sagicor is an awesome company. They have great value add, but if she wound up going to ABC Financial, we would follow her because we trust her judgment. She's as real as they get and very, very informative. Without further ado, Laura Morrison, folks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Bill and Andrew, for the very kind words. You can see me, I'm blushing, but for everyone's benefit, I will not show my webcam. So thank you, everybody, for your time today. And for those of you that I had the pleasure of speaking with and meeting last week at the Expo, great to chat with you again. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sagicor's Accelewriting process. But before I get into it, for those of you who may not be terribly familiar with Sagicor, we are an A- rated company, and we're not new to life or annuity. We've actually been around since 1840, originally domiciled out of Barbados, and expanded into U.S. distribution in the late 2000s because we saw that growth opportunity in the U.S. markets. And in the U.S. market, there's so many great companies that you're already working with today. And our thought was, all right, it's easy to build product, but how do we make the process better? Consumers are demanding an easier process, and you as agents and advisors are demanding an easier process. And that's where we thought, let's build a better mousetrap. And that's what our Accelewriting platform is. And my question to you as agents, every carrier out there has some sort of flavor of accelerated underwriting today. And we do a really good job as an industry making it very confusing for you. If there's anything the insurance industry excels at, it's really doing a good job confusing everyone. And there are a lot of companies out there that say they have accelerated underwriting if the client's preferred or after a telephone interview. That doesn't really sound accelerated to me. So my challenge to you is that when you are selling life insurance, take a look at, is that process really that accelerated? Well, with Sagicor's Accelewriting, we're incredibly proud of stating no telephone interview ever. Not a no telephone interview if you're within this age amount or if you're preferred. It's no telephone interview ever. And no paramed exam. And you'll see the asterisks there in full disclosure. And since we updated our term last March of 2018, we increased our limits to 1 million and included Preferred Plus. In the last 15 months since we increased those limits, once we asked for a paramed. So 99.9% of the time, there will be no parameds. We do potentially ask for an APS over $500,000 in death benefit. Rarely do we do that, but we do reserve the right if we do need more information on the client. But we avoid a paramed at all costs. We don't want the client to have to go through a stranger coming to their home to have to do a blood draw in your urine. And then you think, too, the client's got to fast. Heck, I can barely go 2 hours without eating a snack. And now you're telling your client that you have to fast. You know, all the really fun things that we've built into life insurance process, we wanted to make sure that we keep it streamlined and easy for you as the agent, but also, most importantly, for your client, because we know every opportunity that you have to go back and say, well, there's a telephone interview. Oh, well, no, now there's a paramed is an opportunity for breakage. And for that client, it could start to get buyer's remorse. We want to start to take those objections off the table and really accelerate the process for you. And to sweeten the deal even further, it's almost about 50% of the time on our term, you get a decision in as quick as 2 minutes. So at point of sale, you could potentially get a pop-up on your screen that says, great news, your client, Mr. Smith, is approved at preferred at point of sale. And again, because that's e-application, and we also have e-delivery. So best case scenario, you could theoretically get that decision at point of sale, and within 24 to 48 hours, you actually have that policy e-delivered to the consumer and to yourself. So really trying to push that accelerated underwriting to make life easy for you and for your client. On our term, that's available up to $1 million in death benefit, up to Preferred Plus. Again, all with that 2-minute underwriting decision. And I'm so glad that Bill and Andrew teed up their platform that's powered through iPipeline, the iSolve platform. Sagicor is on there. So go to the Levinson website, run your traditional term quotes, and that's where you'll see Sagicor on there. And I promise, I swear I didn't pay them off to show where Sagicor is priced very competitively. But it's a great note that most people will say to me, all right, Laura, this sounds too good to be true. The pricing can't possibly be that good, but it is. And I'll skip ahead to that point. This is a sample quote on a 40-year-old. Preferred Plus underwriting, $1 million in death benefit on a 20-year term. As you can see, Sagicor is priced #1 in this scenario, and with true no fluid, 2-minute accelerating offer for term versus other great companies. Now, the other thing to note as well, Sagicor is age current, not age nearest. So if your client is in that 6-month window, closer to their next birthday, at essentially every other carrier except for Sagicor and United of Omaha, we're still age current. So our pricing becomes even more competitive in that 6-month window before that client's next birthday, because again, we are age current. So I challenge you, please, check us out when you are running your term cases because of this accelerated process. So how does it work? We built a proprietary underwriting engine. So when you hit submit and that application goes to Sagicor, we pull a prescription check, MIV, motor vehicle report, ID verify, that's essentially to make sure that the social security number and the date of birth match up with publicly available data to make sure that person is the person they say they are. And then LexisNexis. One thing I will say to note, most oftentimes when a case does not get a 2-minute decision, it'll get referred to underwriter. The biggest reason why, typos. So just, if you can, double check the applications when they are submitted, because most often if there's a typo or transposed numbers in a date of birth or social security number and it doesn't match up with the publicly available data, we're going to have to go back to you and ask for clarification. So that is, strangely enough, it's not because of the script checks, it's not because of MVR that kicks people out of underwriting. Most often case, it is a typo. To make it nice and easy for you, if you prefer to do business on a tablet, you can absolutely submit those applications on your tablet, and you can just sign right there on the tablet with your finger. You slide the iPad around, you give it to your client, and they sign right there on the iPad directly with their finger. Or if you prefer to do it via laptop, nice and easy, type it in. If your client is in a location where you are not, you could even do it via the telephone, and will be an email electronic process signature. So you don't even have to be face-to-face with your client. So again, those limits are up to age 45, up to $1 million in death benefit for 10, 15, or 20-year term. Age 55, $750 in death benefit, and age 65, $500,000 in death benefit. Again, all using that great non-med accelerated underwriting process. Some of the highest limits available in the industry today. But again, truly to say that we are a non-med, so no paramed, no telephone interview, some of the quickest turnaround times in the industry. So if you love that process on our term, you're going to really love it on our no lapse UL, our guaranteed UL. We just call it no lapse, but also on our IUL. Now, here's what makes our Sagicor's permanent products really cool. We include chronic illness automatically for no additional cost and no separate underwriting for morbidity. And it's really important to us as a company. Not only do we make the process easy for you and the client, but we want to include all of the living benefits that consumers are demanding, like chronic illness. So that's available within Accelewriting limits to $400,000 in death benefit up to age 65. Anything beyond that in death benefit or over age 65, it's fully underwritten. So we absolutely welcome that business. But we're pretty unique in the market today. Most carriers who have a guaranteed UL product or a no lapse UL product don't have it available for accelerated underwriting. So we actually see quite a bit of 1035 exchange business into that. For any of you on here who maybe started out your career, maybe currently with Northwestern Mutual or New York Life or Guardian, great whole life companies, we see a lot of clients where they bought a whole life product in their early 20s when they were getting married, starting a family, and now that product has accumulated $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, but it may not meet their current needs. They might be looking for a product that's guaranteed to leave a legacy. They don't want to spend any more in premium, and they'd like chronic illness because they're getting to that age where it starts to become something that's a little bit more pressing. Because you're starting to ease into that retirement age. We see a lot of single pays into this product. And I'll tell everybody here on the phone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm originally from New Jersey, if you can't hear it in my voice. So I think everything is great until, you know what, prove it to me. I'm a skeptic. Laura, you might tell me that the product is great. Show me. Well, here's my showing you. Our no lapse UL, this was a single pay solve. So for $250,000 in death benefit, let's solve to figure out what that single premium is for a preferred 60-year-old. At preferred, Sagicor comes in priced number one. Well, sometimes we all know that sometimes we might think a client is preferred and then something comes back in underwriting and they come back standard. Good news. Even if that client comes back standard, Sagicor at standard is still priced better then the next best carrier at preferred. So please, if you are working on any guaranteed UL cases, please give Sagicor a shot. The pricing is exceptional right now. So get it while you can. Every insurance carrier in the United States has to update their pricing. It's called the 2017 CSO to update to the updated mortality tables by the end of this year, which will change the pricing on Sagicor's products, but as well as every other product in the industry. So get this product while you can, because the pricing on it will update closer to November or December of this year. The other sweetener on this is with an Accelewriting limit. Because it's under $400,000 in death benefit and under age 65, this is non-med. This client doesn't have to go through a paramed exam and never a telephone interview. Now, Sagicor's IUL was released in December of last year, and Bill and Andrew were kind enough to tee up that great 15% Levinson agent bonus that's available on these two products. If you were lucky enough to be at the Expo last week and meet with the Levinson team and all of those great presenters, we chatted a little bit about this product, again, available through Accelewriting all the way up to $1 million in death benefit up to age 50, age 51 through 65, $500,000 in death benefit. Again, keeping with a consistent theme with Sagicor, we want to make your life easy. Sagicor's IUL is designed for accumulation, and it's a really clean and easy index strategy. So for those of you on the call who might have sold Sagicor's FIA annuities or our single premium whole life product that has index crediting, if you know and love those stories of index crediting, it's the exact same story on our IUL. We try to keep it nice and easy, so you have one consistent story. Again, this product includes chronic illness automatically for no additional cost and no separate underwriting. You'll see a lot of the great competitors out there will either charge you up front for chronic illness, or he'll eat at the cash value, which to me seems a little ridiculous. Clients are buying IUL because they want to maximize that living benefit, that accumulation. Why would you buy a product when now you're going to add chronic illness, but it's going to eat at the cash value? It seems counterintuitive, which is exactly why we don't charge up front for it and it doesn't eat at that cash value. When the client does go on chronic claims, if they do, then we would charge the client in a discount model on the back end. So what we're trying to avoid is this product looking like car insurance. And most clients think of car insurance of, yeah, you've got to have it. And if you get into an accident, then you're so glad you have it. But otherwise, you spent a whole bunch of money all year long on car insurance premiums, but you didn't really see any benefit from it. And that's what we think about the chronic illnesses. We don't want it to look like car insurance. Only going to get charged for it if you use it. So our index crediting, we have an S&P 500 cap strategy at 12%. And that's really, really high in the market today. But where so much of the sizzle is in our global strategy. Clients are demanding diversification. Your clients' asset managers and their financial advisors, that's why you go into, heck, a mutual fund and not an individual stock. You're diversified automatically with different stocks built into that fund. With our global strategy, you're diversified because you get exposure to the S&P 500, the Euro Stock 50, and the Hang Seng, the three largest global economies, all wrapped into one uncapped strategy. So really tremendous upside potential. And the beautiful thing in an IUL, 0% is your hero here. You've got all that downside protection and upside potential. Again, it's the New Jersey in me coming out. All right, Laura, prove it. You know, I'm skeptical when anyone says your product is great. Show me. Here is Sagicor versus 4 other very, very strong, reputable A and A+ rated carriers. So with this strategy, we wanted to try to keep it as apples to apples as humanly possible. So it was a male age 45 preferred, and we structured this as $10,000 per year in premium for 10 years, 500,000 in death benefit, and let's just see how it runs. So that way, everything is exactly the same with the carriers. You don't have to worry about, well, someone's got a different minimum death benefit. Let's keep it level. And you can see the tremendous amount of growth in the Sagicor policy. That cash value at age 65 of $193,000, higher than all of our peers. At age 85, it really starts to show off at $631,000. But even look at that death benefit, $820,000 in death benefit relative to our peers. So not only are you getting strong cash value, but you're getting strong death benefit too. This is life insurance. You know, you bought this because you want to provide a legacy, protect your business, protect your family. Let's not forget that we can do two things at once with this product. And the chronic illness is based on the death benefit amount. So the higher the death benefit, the more chronic illness that's available. So many great features wrapped into one with this product. You know, I know we're all here out of the kindness of our hearts, but if you are interested in taking a look at the target premium, the highest target premium among these competitors and what you'll find in the industry, the Sagicor's target premium is incredibly high. And this was all illustrated using that S&P cap strategy, because that's a strategy that the vast majority of carriers have. And to sweeten the deal even further, for our friends at Levinson, we're going to offer 15% to you as the writing agent on our IUL and our no lapse UL. Those policies just have to be settled by December 27th, 2019. So if you're taking a look at any no lapse UL, any IUL cases, you know, Sagicor's got a great process. They've got great competitive products that include great features like chronic illness built in. And our way of saying thank you for giving us a shot is we want to provide that additional 15% incentive to our Levinson friends, because we know that you are such valued partners, and together we can grow Sagicor here in the U.S. together. And I'll touch on real quickly, for those of you that are looking to work with clients and really that pre-retiree, 55 plus, and then retiree market, Sagicor has a single premium whole life product. And you might be thinking, what in the heck is that? That's kind of different. So it's got all of the guarantees of whole life, but it actually has indexed crediting built into it. And this is designed to be a money guard on steroids. And Lincoln Money Guard is an incredible product. Certainly, you know, Lincoln has, you know, kind of led the way for the industry to build products like this. So if you're familiar with that type of a product, where this product is a little bit different, and I'm a little partial to say better, but I'm perhaps a little biased. This product has all guarantees, upside potential, and it has the accelerating process of non-med underwriting, a 10% bonus up front day one that's credited to the client. So kind of like an annuity bonus, but built into a life insurance product. And again, automatically includes chronic illness for no additional cost and no separate underwriting. And that becomes incredibly important when you think about that a lot of these clients are 75 years old. It's a tremendous opportunity then for that client to maybe already have some health issues where they may not qualify. Knowing that Sagicor isn't going to underwrite for morbidity is an important part of this product. And full return of premium day one. A lot of our great competitors out there say, well, you have return of premium if you're 50 and the premium is 100,000 and less. You don't have those limitations with Sagicor. This product is full return of premium day one, regardless of age or single premium amount. Again, that great global strategy that we talked about on the Index UL is available on this rate or on this product with a 65% participation rate. So just to walk through the numbers really quick, We got a female age 65, 100,000 in single premium. Day one, she's got 221,000 of guaranteed death benefit. But remember, it has current upside potential because that index crediting. If she passed year one, she'd actually get 227. Again, you'll see guaranteed cash value and current cash value in year 20, but also that chronic illness amount. So what Sagicor does with our chronic illness, we have hands down the best chronic claims process in the entire industry. And if any of you on this call have ever experienced having to submit a claim on a loved one for long-term care or chronic, it is not an easy process. Carriers make it incredibly difficult. What I'm so proud of for Sagicor as a company, to have a process that's not just for the insured, but it's for the caregiver to make their life easy. So what happens at time of claim? The caregiver will have the client check which 2 of 6 activities of daily living they can't complete. The doctor checks which 2 of 6, signs it, sends us in an APS, and that's it. That is the only thing you need to do to go on claim. You don't have to send us a single receipt. You never have to show us monthly proof of care. You are one and done. And it's something I'm so proud of because for those of you who have heard me present previously, you know that it's typically the oldest child and typically the female that ends up caring for the parents. That's me. That's why this is so important, because think about yourself as a potential caregiver or your spouse or your child now having to change their life and their lifestyle to help take care of you, which is the most noble act you could possibly do. Let's not make their life any more difficult while they're caring for their loved one. So the other question I get is, all right, Laura, this sounds fabulous, but what happens if the sometimes inevitable happens? You tee this up, you tell the client this is why this product is so great, and then they come back uninsurable. Well, Sagicor is a full portfolio of annuities, and you can still be able to pivot that sale to an annuity because it still serves the same purpose, and you don't have to go through underwriting. You have that ability to have accumulation, to leave a legacy, because all of Sagicor's annuities are pay full account value at death, and actually 2 of our products are even available to age 90. So I'll go through just very quickly. We have an accumulation-focused FIA called the Sage Secure, and it's designed for accumulation. Again, those same strategies that we talked about, either the S&P and the global. Again, trying to make your life easy so you don't have to relearn something, a new strategy. Available on this product, again, no fees, designed for accumulation. And this green line represents if you dropped in $100 grand and this money had been sitting there for 20 years, how would it perform when you compare the global strategy versus the S&P versus the declared rate? And that's why that green line representing the global strategy, why we encourage it so much, is because there's so much upside potential because of that diversification and an uncapped participation rate strategy. And that product is available to age 90. So I'll bump to Sagicor's MIGA. Now, Sagicor's MIGA, I think of it as, and granted, I come from 20 years of life insurance background and started working most recently with annuities. And what I love about our MIGA, it's the kind of that gateway product for life insurance agents because it looks and feels like a CD, but with an annuity wrapper around it. You love a CD because it's got a guaranteed interest rate for a certain number of years, which is great. Clients love guarantees, and how much easier is your life when you get to actually say the word guarantee to your clients. But CD rates at banks stink. If you need to take money out, you're going to get hit with a surrender charge and a penalty. That's why Sagicor's MIGA is such a nice alternative for that client that either was declined from a single premium product or might have lazy assets. You can still get a 7-year or a 5-year MIGA for 3.55%. That's more than double what you would get at a bank today. So really high interest rates. And you actually get 10% penalty free if that client needs access to their funds, or let's just say they need access because of an RMD that'll be coming up in year 2. So you have a lot of options available, again, with a clean, easy story to make your life easy. Sagicor focuses on e-applications. When in doubt, when you think Sagicor, think e-app, especially for the annuities, because we pay you more comp for the annuities when you do submit it via e-app and Accelewriting. Available on our term, our no Lapse UL, our IUL, and on our single premium whole life product. So thank you everyone for your time today and for your interest in Sagicor. Don't forget about that 15% commission incentive to you for our Levinson writing agent friends. Get those IUL and no Lapse UL policies to Sagicor and have them settled by the end of December. And we would love to pay you that extra 15% on each one of those cases. So, thank you.
Great. That was awesome, as always, Laura. Great stuff. And yeah, keep in mind, too, with the street commission plus that bonus, that brings you up over 100%. So you're in a great spot here, folks. Take advantage of this. Even if you're not comfortable running the quotes or you haven't been to the website quote engine on Levinson, just ask any one of our marketers, next UL or IUL or GUL quote. Just say to them, hey, can you also compare the Sagicor product? And we'll compare side by side, then you make the call. Okay, so I would definitely give them a shot on your next case. Okay, so moving forward, I want to jump in real quick. Everybody should have, by the way, we'll be done in just 2-3 minutes here. So I know everyone's time is valuable and we're running a little behind. Everyone has full free access to the Levinson Mobile App. And Sagicor is on here as well. So any quotes you need on the fly, forms, e-apps, we have drop tickets right from your smartphone. So if you meet someone on the street, you're wearing your free scholarship pin, and they say, hey, tell me about this, what do you do exactly? And then you say, oh, I sell life insurance, and you can get a free scholarship if you buy a policy from me. And they say, hey, great, let's run a quote. You can do it in seconds from your phone and sign them up right from your smartphone in minutes. You just completed the entire process from A to Z in minutes from your Apple, iPhone, or Android-based smartphone, okay? It's that easy, and this is free, okay? So no excuse. Okay, moving forward here, upcoming agent training events. So all of our great technology, the prospecting tool, our virtual assistant, the free website, CRM, what we do, because we know there's a lot of questions around this and we want to make sure all of our agents are comfortable, we put together a live training webinar from our programmer every single day of the week. Okay, so again, no more excuses. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we pick a different product or technology platform that we dive into. And you can ask questions, you can have your assistant on with you, whatever the case is. The goal is to make sure you're comfortable with every platform that we offer. Okay, on the bottom there, 2019 Agent Expo recap. So most of our agents were not at our expo. We have 16,000 agents in almost every city in the U.S. We had about 280 agents at the expo. So what does that mean? That means about 95% of our agents were not there. So we wanted to have an overview webinar to go over all of the carriers and technology and platforms that we discussed at the expo. We're going to do it live on this webinar, okay, on the 22nd at 12 p.m. Right under that, you're going to see Agency Automator Enhancements. So we have a new platform. It's a service platform where you can actually get a live person to help you with all of your campaigns and your marketing. We're rolling this out. It's going to start June 1st. The webinar is on the 31st of May at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We're also going to dive in to the launch of the Sell While You Sleep platform. So write down that date. It's May 31st. Very important, 3 p.m. Eastern. Also, I must have had 50 people, I'm not even exaggerating, 50 people come up to me to say, hey, Bill, I love your presentation. I love what you guys are doing with social media and driving traffic to websites, but I don't even know how to set up my LinkedIn account. I need help. So I said, listen, here's what we're going to do. Obviously, we're not a technology company. We're not a social media company, but I do want to help our agents, okay, and I want to answer to the call. And what we're going to do is host our own webinar on June 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to dive into all of the hot social media platforms to make sure that you're comfortable. We're going to hold your hand and go from A to Z with all of really the 3 hottest social media platforms that you need to be aware of. So we're not going to bore you with the details, but we'll dive into all of the good stuff so you can get started right after that webinar because it's so important these days. Okay, moving forward here, second to last slide. What we did is we created a landing page just for the annual Agent Expo. So if you were there or you weren't there, it's okay. What we did here is we handpicked each carrier's presentation. We included all of the slides, all of the material. We had our intro video. It's like our 2018 recap video. We posted that on the landing page as well. And then when the 2019 video is done, which will be about a week, you'll see that also on the Expo landing page. This is available right from our website. And we'll include this in the thank you email that will go out to all of you this afternoon. Okay, so everything is going to be very easy, black and white. Just click, sit back, and watch. That's it. And I suggest you write down some notes because we want some good takeaways so we can obviously accelerate our business. Okay, our last slide here. I always like to end on a positive note. This is our Positive Tuesday quotes, and that picture was actually taken from the Expo last Friday. What I want to say is, you know, this is we call it Positive Tuesday. Obviously, today's not Tuesday, and Positive Tuesday means absolutely nothing. But the purpose and the meaning behind this is I'm trying to use this as an example to show all of our agents you have to stay relevant and keep your name out there. Get creative, okay? Make sure that you're posting on social media, on your websites. Make sure you're e-blasting at least once a week. I'm telling you, it works. Even if you get one person, okay, fine. And then next month you'll get 3. And then in 6 months you'll get 20. I showed some examples at the Expo of life insurance agents just like you and me, normal people, okay, in their 30s and 40s and 50s that have 30, 40,000 followers. And they put a post up about life insurance or a picture, and they literally have 1,000 likes on it and 50 to 60 comments that say, hey, tell me more. That's 50 to 60 new leads that you can call on, okay? And it's all free. So everybody's scrambling for, oh, I want to buy these leads. I'm going to sign up with this company and get locked in forever and get paid a 20% commission. When the free leads are at your fingertips, you just have to get creative. So this is just an example that I use on all of our social media and our website. And obviously, we're not trying to attract the prospects, but we're trying to show our agents this is how you do it. Watch what we do. You don't have to listen to us. Just watch our actions and do the same thing. Copy us. That's the reason we put this together. So we're going to end with this. Train your mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice and is directly related to the quality of your thoughts. With that said, have a great rest of the week, a good weekend. Thanks again, and great selling. Take care.